Oh yeah, no, you and Eileen were clutch, bro. We're clutch. But again, I look back on those times in our life, and God put us together for those chances. Those I believe in that my whole heart. You know.
Same here.
Yeah. All right, brother. Here we go. I got a couple questions I'm going to ask rapid fire, so don't overthink them. But these first ones are thought provoking. Luis, what do you believe is one of the most valuable leadership lessons you've learned since your time in service? And what I will tell you, what I've heard is I've heard you always be open to the opportunity that somebody puts in front of you, and you don't push your way into it. You're just you're humbly willing to accept it. Do you feel like that has been the most valuable leadership lesson that you've learned throughout your career, or would you word it a different way?
That's one of the things. Like I always say that I'm a follower before I'm a leader. Like you tell me what to do and I'll do it. Like there's no ego behind it, and that and the honesty part. Like I have learned that if you're honest with the people that you're leading, like they'll follow you everywhere. If you're yourself, you don't have to pretend that you're something else. Like you're in a leadership position, just because of that, it doesn't mean that you get to do whatever you want. You still need them to follow you. So how are you going to do that? And I found it, even as a detailer now, I found that when you explain to them and you're transparent with what you can share with them, like they're like, oh, I understand, I get it. Cool, I'll follow you.
Well, and it shows you're giving them trust, right? I'm trusting you with the truth, and that's just and that's all there is to it, right? And if you can do that simple thing, they're going to give you a lot more trust back in return, right? Okay, so next up, what do you see? And I think I know what you're going to say, but I'm going to ask the question anyway. What do you think is one of the biggest leadership challenges for really any organization today? But let's say the organizations you've served with, challenges, biggest.
Well, I said it earlier. I mean, communication.
Aha! I knew you were going to say communication.
I mean, it's like the fact that people think, and this goes, and you said before, like I learned that piece the most here at home with my wife and my kid, because you think they understand and they know what you're thinking, but it's not just because they've been with you for so long. It doesn't mean that they know everything, and the assumption that they when you say something, it's going to spark from them to say, oh yeah, no, you have to be clear and concise and tell them, no, this is what I need, this is what you need, this. So, and it goes like in the Navy, it's really hard because you have all these people leading, and you are delegating, and when they don't give you a piece of information that's missing, because they assume that you already know that. So why am I going to go back and say that if I know you know, but no, I don't know.
Yeah.
So
Just the word assume is a scary word, right? You assume. You got to trust but verify, right? And I love how you leverage your marriage to Eileen and the communication that it takes to have a healthy marriage. It helps you to be a better communicator other places. And I agree. My wife is a much better communicator than I am, right? And she gives me clinics daily on how to be a better communicator because, use your words, bro. Say what you got to say. Today, I did a leadership course called Ocala Inspired. And I was talking to the people there. I said, look, leadership is literally communication and influence. And if you can put those two things together, you can lead almost anybody. But if you're missing one or the other, you're going to struggle.